rules. In a knife fight, no rules.
In the world of fantasy showdowns, few matchups ignite the imagination quite like the legendary clash between Donnie Yen and Ted Cassidy. Two icons from vastly different worlds. Their confrontation is the perfect storm of skill, strength, and charisma. On one side, Donnie Yen, the modern martial arts master whose speed and precision have dazzled audiences for decades. On the other, Ted Cassidy, the towering figure best known for his unforgettable roles in classic television, his sheer physical presence a force to be reckoned with. When these two titans meet, it's more than just a fight, it's a spectacle. The build-up to this monumental battle was as intense as the fight itself. Yen, with his reputation as a martial artist and action star, brought a wealth of experience not only in traditional kung fu but also in mixed martial arts. His fluid, lightning-fast movements are a masterclass in discipline and technique. Cassidy, standing at an imposing 6 feet 9 inches, wielded his raw power like a blunt weapon, his reach alone a staggering advantage. It was a classic matchup of speed versus strength, the agile warrior against the towering titan. In the days leading up to the fight, the anticipation reached a fever pitch. Analysts and fans alike speculated on how Yen's precision techniques would fare against Cassidy's sheer physical dominance. Interviews saw Yen
fight. Stay right where they are and starve us out. Go for position, shoot us. Might even get a rock slide started. Get us that way. What else can we do?
calmly explaining his approach. Study, adapt, and overcome. While Cassidy, with a quiet yet confident demeanor, emphasized his raw strength and his belief that one well-placed strike would end the battle. The contrast between the two fighters' philosophies only fueled the excitement. When the fight finally began, the atmosphere was electric. Cassidy wasted no time, using his long arms to keep Yen at bay. His punches were like battering rams, each swing carving through the air with a menacing whoosh. Yen, however, danced just out of reach, his footwork impeccable. It was clear from the start that Cassidy's strength was his greatest weapon, but it was also his potential weakness. Each powerful strike took a fraction longer to recover from, and Yen noticed. Yen's strength lay not only in his speed, but in his ability to read his opponent. He studied Cassidy's movements like a chess master, spotting the slight delays between attacks. He began countering with sharp, precise kicks to Cassidy's legs, aiming to weaken the foundation of the giant before him. The crowd roared as Yen's strikes landed with surgical accuracy, a stark contrast to Cassidy's more brute force style. Cassidy's size and reach gave him the advantage of range, but his movement was less fluid. His attacks, while devastating, often left openings that Yen began exploiting.
Next time I say let's go someplace like Bolivia, let's go someplace like Bolivia. Next time. Ready? Jump. Like hell we will. We'll be okay. The water's deep enough, we don't get... Yeah!
Yen's strikes focused on Cassidy's knees and shins, aiming to slow the giant's movements. Still, Cassidy's resilience was remarkable. Each time Yen landed a blow, Cassidy responded with a furious counterattack, narrowly missing Yen but showing the terrifying force behind each swing. But Cassidy was far from defenseless. His reach allowed him to grab Yen mid-movement, hoisting him off the ground and slamming him down with a bone-rattling thud. For a moment, it seemed like the sheer power of Cassidy might overwhelm the martial artist. Yet, Yen's resilience shone through. Rolling away from Cassidy's follow-up punch, he quickly regained his stance, his mind already formulating a new strategy. The fight took a dramatic turn when Yen shifted tactics. Recognizing that direct attacks would not bring Cassidy down, he began targeting pressure points and using joint locks, skills honed through years of martial arts training. Cassidy's strength became a liability as Yen expertly manipulated his opponent's momentum, throwing the larger man off balance. It was a breathtaking display of technique over raw power. At one point, Yen managed to trap Cassidy's arm in a joint lock, forcing the larger man to his knees. The crowd gasped as Yen transitioned seamlessly.
Get away from me.
Why?
I want to fight him.
They'll kill us.
Maybe you want to...
Guy?
Do you? All right.
Into a series of rapid strikes to Cassidy's head and torso. Cassidy, despite his pain, roared in defiance, using his free arm to shove Yen back with incredible force. The blows sent Yen skidding across the ring, but he rolled smoothly back onto his feet, his gaze locked onto Cassidy. As the fight progressed, Yen's superior stamina began to shine. Cassidy's powerful but energy-draining attacks were taking their toll. The giant's movements became slightly slower, his strikes a fraction less precise. Yen, sensing the shift, pressed his advantage. He began a relentless assault, darting in and out, landing quick, successive blows that wore Cassidy down bit by bit. In the final moments of the showdown, Yen unleashed a flurry of rapid punches, each one finding its mark. Cassidy staggered, his towering frame finally beginning to show signs of wear. A swift roundhouse kick to the side of the head sent Cassidy crashing to the ground. The fight was over. Donnie Yen emerged victorious, not because of his physical prowess alone, but because of his strategic mind and unparalleled mastery of martial arts. His ability to adapt, to exploit Cassidy's weaknesses without underestimating his strengths, proved to be the deciding factor. Cassidy's power was formidable, but Yen's precision, speed, and tactical brilliance sealed his triumph. This battle wasn't just about who could hit harder or move faster. It was a clash of philosophies, raw strength versus calculated skill. And in the end, it was the warrior who fought with both his body and his mind who stood victorious. The fight between Donnie Yen and Ted Cassidy will be remembered not only for its spectacle but for the deeper narrative it represented. How strategy can overcome strength, and how adaptability is just as vital as power. For fans of both icons, it was a battle for the ages. A showdown that transcended mere combat and became a story of intellect, endurance, and willpower.